Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into some Reddit questions that Netta sent me. I haven't looked at any of these yet, so we're just going to go ahead and see my opinion and see what's going on. Alright, this one's called Customer Crazy or Is It Me? Hey everyone, out of my 10 years plus of shipping, never had anyone come at me like this. Wanted to hear thoughts on it. Should I proceed to ship or not? Background, had this customer place their order on the 21st, currently have my shipping time at 7 days handling time with me being on vacation. Okay, so we only did vacation mode one time, 4 or 5 years ago. We did it during the Christmas season, right before Christmas. I was really nervous about doing it, but we were going to be gone for 4 or 5 days. It ended up being okay, but yeah, it can get pretty awkward. Today, the 24th, as I'm getting ready to ship, I received back-to-back messages from him or her stating it's been more than a week, false claims, in a pic attached, wondering what I should do or advice for the future. Things, ? You've had a week. I've placed 3 orders a day after you and still have all of them shipped with tracking and they're moving through. So what's your excuse, dude? Honestly, I don't need to hear back from you. Just ship it. Alright, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot going on here. So the first thing is the vacation mode is kind of awkward and uncomfortable. You have to realize that some people are just going to click their item, purchase it. Yeah, it's on there somewhere on the page, but yeah, you're definitely taking I guess a gamble when you do the vacation mode. eBay will back you up. You should probably respond to this person at some point. I don't know if you go on full vacation. So yeah, there's kind of a little bit on the seller here, a little bit on the customer. But the customer just said, why don't you go ahead and ship it? So it seems like you're fine. I would ship it. This is not the biggest deal. Yeah, they sent 4 messages. Yes, you had the vacation mode on. But yeah, this is just one of those awkward situations. The other thing is, I hear this a lot. This isn't quite related, but people will be like, oh, I've placed some orders and I got them before yours, even though I ordered yours first. I don't think people realize that there's different shipping hubs all over the United States. Plus, there's also international orders we do. So I always get kind of confused at people when they're like, oh, my item from 2 states away came before yours, which is closer. That's just literally not how any of that works. But can't really do anything about that other than apologize and show people the tracking. We have tracking for everything. So yeah, this one's awkward. But yeah, what I would do is just still ship the item. That seems fine. All right. Suspicious purchases. So this just seems like some slightly strange behavior. I recently sold a piece of computer equipment. I had 3 available and they've been listed for over a month. I recently adjusted my pricing and one sold shortly thereafter. Nothing weird so far. Yeah, that seems fine. Later that evening, a second one sold. As I'm preparing the shipping info, I noticed that it was purchased by the same person. Okay. I figured they just decided that they could use 2 of them, and so good idea to go ahead and buy the second one for me, even though the first one had just been marked for shipping. 2 days later, the third one sells, and lo and behold, it's the same person. Yeah, we've sold a lot of the same item to the same person or the same category. It would be nice, we do combined shipping, but when people do that, you have to ship out the item. We have 1 day shipping time. It kind of sucks. But if they buy it and they pay the shipping, it's time to ship it out, I guess. The first item hadn't even been delivered before the third purchase was made, although the first unit was delivered later in the day. Is this some kind of weird scam and that I'm not aware of, or am I overthinking it? Oh, wait, that's not a scam in my head. They were probably excited that they got the first one. They might not even realize you were the same seller. Not everyone pays attention to that. So yeah, they were probably just super excited with what they're doing. I wouldn't think this is a scam at all. There's nothing about messages. There's no feedback. That just sounds like someone's excited about the thing. Yeah, there was some miniatures we sold where it just kept selling back to back. Oh, we had this one guy who bought a bunch of airplanes from us, and then he purchased 6 or 7. We shipped it out in combined shipping. The next day he bought some more. We shipped out some more, and it keeps happening. So I do understand the being a little nervous about it, but yeah, no, this doesn't seem like a scam to me. Was someone say no way to tell? Could just easily be a buyer who thinks he's got a solid way to resell your stuff for big profits, so wants it all. Yeah, I guess so. It's a case of buyer pays, you ship. Yeah, there you go. That's just what I think. I'm not going to read the rest of that. That's the same thing that I kind of think right there. I don't think it's suspicious, although I could see that being the slight case. All right, anyone get these kind of messages from buyers? Oh boy, we get a lot of messages. Buyer paid for an item of mine and messaged me this directly after. Now they're asking for more detailed pictures of the item they bought. Is this normal? Some sort of scam in the making? To note, they have 100% positive feedback. As a buyer, I don't really look at people's feedback. I don't even think you can give a buyer negative feedback these days. So yeah, 100% positive feedback of almost 200 as a buyer. Just a weird message to get from me. I don't really notice any differences between the number of like feedback a buyer has. All right, they said, I have paid, I did it correctly and sincerely thank you. Be cautious of scammers who try to message you to buy products from you. Scammers will not pay you and will eventually disappear. Thank you. And then the seller said thank you as well. You got a really rare shirt for a super steal. Congrats on the find. Okay, this is, I never really responds about like, you know, like a good deal or you got this cool thing or thank you so much. I've been getting scammed recently because I guarantee when I click this button to go over to the next page, something's going to happen. So what I do is just like, oh, thank you, I'm excited for your purchase, or like I'm excited and I'll ship your item with tracking soon. We got one today where someone messaged me a really appreciative post about some Star Trek poster that we're going to ship out on Tuesday. I just said, thank you so much for your order. I'm excited. For you guys, it will have tracking on Tuesday. But yeah, I don't like to like add in extra stuff about how something's rare or you got a good deal. Right here, they said, sorry, what size? And then the seller said it is size L, measurements 29 by 33. I have it listed in the description and item specifics. And then the buyer said, excuse me, could you take some close-up photos of the collar, sleeves, and hem of the shirt for me? Yeah, this is annoying. We definitely get really annoyed when you get questions after someone's bought it. We haven't canceled them, but I do, after this message right here, this person said, they said all the details. They could say something at the end like, would you like to cancel the order? I always like to ask because that's the last point of like communication where you can send them more information on the stuff. But yeah, it does suck. That's like, why didn't you ask the questions beforehand? We send out offers, so I can understand someone gets excited about the offer. They accept it before someone else accepts it. eBay kind of does these notifications of like, oh, someone else, like 3 people are looking at this item. So I do understand the buyers when they get these kind of like dramatic things. But yeah, asking questions after fact it's rough for both people, right? So that's why I said I like to make sure like, hey, I can do some more pictures. Would you like to cancel the order? We have 1-day shipping, so it has to go like really quick. I'll even say in the message sometimes like, I'll be like this person. It's size L, measurements 29 by 33. I have 1-day shipping. If this is not like what you want, would you like me to cancel? I have to ship this out by tomorrow. If I don't hear anything, it will have tracking. That's kind of like how I deal with that. What else someone said? Chuckles, you're in danger. Someone else said, I will cancel now. You say can't find it anywhere now? Sorry, then relist in a month. You don't have to cancel. You can ask them. Just ask them if they want to cancel. Like, you can do the same pictures, but yeah, it just depends on like when you need to ship this out. But yeah, it's not like a cancel automatically. People cancel stuff a lot, or at least when I'm on like the subreddits for these, I like rarely cancel. It's kind of crazy. I always like to ask first. All right. Usually people say like, no, that's fine, I won't cancel. All right, new one. The constant echo chamber of sellers offering other sellers 5% off. I don't want to buy these. I was researching for my own listings, any sort of ghost mode or something similar. Seller offer, it's $37.95. I'm not too sure what this is. Is this just saying like the constant echo chamber of sellers offering other sellers 5% off? Oh, okay, I think like they're just being annoyed that they were looking at like items and then the sellers were sending them offers. It doesn't tell people who's getting the offer. So yeah, I don't know why people always think that they're like super targeted. For example, when we give offers, it'll be like, oh, there's these 20 items you're allowed to send offers on. You can send offers with or without counter offers. You can do like a minimum offer. You can send like, I think an 80 character message or something with that, but it doesn't show who it's going to, and it doesn't show like, yeah, if it's another seller or buyer. So yeah, this is not a big deal. I wouldn't call this like an echo chamber. What if someone else says, don't blame the sellers, eBay sends these out? Okay, yeah, cool. I guess eBay sends those out as well. Yeah, well, I guess isn't the person, let's see, I figured it was the many ones. I got a notification from time to asking if I wanted to send offers to interested buyers. I don't think eBay tells the seller the name of the interested buyer. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Okay, cool, they agree with me. So yeah, this is not annoying, it's not a big deal. Just don't accidentally accept an offer for something that you thought you were getting an offer for, because now you're buying something that you thought you were selling. That's almost happened to us. It hasn't fully happened yet, if that makes sense. All right, last one. Buyer bought 5 ornaments from me. I dropped 2 and broke them. How to proceed? I'm trying to think if we ever broke anything. We do it. Oh, there was one miniature in the Cool Miniatures or Not that we had like a month or 2 ago. There's flag barriers. The flag barriers miniature. So the regular miniatures have their swords and stuff and everything's pretty good. But the flag Miniatures had this really thin thing that holds up a big flag. As I was packing it up, or it was either me or Anetta, it like snapped off. For a miniature person, you always have like super glue and stuff on hand to like quickly fix this thing. So what I did for that situation was you just message, you be honest, like, hello there, I apologize. So you let them know what happened. I apologize. I accidentally, while packing your miniature, I broke off the flag barrier. Here's a picture. I would send 2 pictures. Would you like to cancel this order? I'm sorry. I'll try to do better in the future. And that's basically what I said. And then for my case, the person's like, "Nah, I'll just glue it. Just go ahead and ship it," because they're like, "Yeah, ship it tomorrow or something." So yeah, you just be honest with that. Honestly, it sucks, but drop it. 2 ornaments? Give me a second, real quick. This person had a bad day. I feel bad for them. All right, they said I messaged the buyer telling them I offered either to cancel their bid or a 40% partial refund the cost of 2 ornaments. They have not responded yet, and I have to ship tomorrow. Should I just ship, do the partial refund, and hope it's all good, or cancel? Ooh, they haven't responded. Okay, so I would just ship this out because you have to get it out. You don't really fully want to cancel. I mean, I can kind of see anything right here. I would do the like refund after you talk to the person. They might want a little bit more than the 40%. Like, so now it's going to be kind of like more of a negotiation. They might even just be like, "Oh, no big deal. I just wanted like 2 for like my Christmas school project." I've had weird stuff like that happen. So yeah, I would definitely ship it out if they haven't responded. Wait for their response and then like talk about it after the fact. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good question. I thought I knew where this was going. I would not just cancel off the bat. Let's see what someone else says. If you don't hear back from the buyer before your shipping deadline, I would cancel the order and refund. Really? I would not do that. If the buyer later responds that they still want the remaining pieces, you can set up a new listing for the agreed upon price and have them repurchase. I guess I'm willing to take the hits for the return. So we have on returns. So in my head, the worst case scenario is they would tell me that they don't want it anymore or something like that, and I'll just say go ahead and return the item. Yeah, I'm not like fully against like what this person said here. That's just not like, I'm just not like up for canceling the orders, especially if you're just like honest with someone. Let's see what someone else says. I would immediately offer a full refund as the first option, then attach pictures of the damage and say you're willing to give 40% off due to the damage, and the paragraph add, "I'm waiting a response. I would not ship until the buyer responds." Well, your account's going to have a thing that tells you like you need to ship by now. Then it actually hurts like your algorithm. That actually hurts your account to get dinged for that. So you kind of got to figure it out before your like shipping time. Someone said that the original person said that's pretty much what I did. I said I can cancel. I want to see what happened with this. Okay, let's see. Okay, I guess a lot of people, I just don't cancel that much. I can understand this one. I can understand the cancellation. The 40% thing's like a weird situation here, right? So the seller's like taking the 5 ornaments, they broke 2, that's 40% of the order. You could do slightly more. This is really just depends on like what you want to do. But yeah, if they haven't responded, I've shipped out items and I usually do get a message after the fact. I've never had the situation where like, you know, this bad situation happened where I shipped out the item, got no response. I usually get like no response at all, and then I will end up doing like some kind of refund because it's like, okay, well, they even message me. I don't want like a negative or something, and it's like the right thing to do. But yeah, I do usually wait for the person to I ship it out and then wait for the message to come in and then go from there. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.